Okay, you asked how I created this bottom design. I'm going to try to make this fast. So I have my list of words and my object. I want to go ahead and duplicate this object. So I'm going to right click and then select duplicate and just pull it off to the side because that's where I'm going to position everything when I'm done. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give you a couple of examples of issues I had to deal with. But one of the first things I started with was the home word. So I just went ahead and selected my knife and sectioned it off. And I'm going to move this so where I can work on it. And then we're going to position our word into the box. And I want to try and kind of cover most of the area, but then I'm going to have to individually adjust certain things. So I got it mostly covered, and I'm going to go ahead and ungroup my word, so each letter is individual. And then I'm just going to start adjusting each individual letter till it's completely covered the graphic. And then you may have to go in and edit specific points. Go into your point editing by double clicking. And then you can grab each little node and pull them to where it completely covers. And the same thing with this one. And I didn't want to change where that line came on the M. So I'm just going to put an extra node in there to adjust. And you can adjust multiple nodes at one time by hitting Shift, selecting one and then hitting Shift, selecting multiple nodes, and then grabbing one of the nodes and pulling it down. So you're just going to get everything to where you like it. Make this one letter bigger. And once you get the section all covered, you're going to select everything. And then you're going to go to your modify tool and you're going to crop. You want to head and group this so when you move it, it doesn't separate. And then I'll just place it into the area where it belongs. And then you may need to adjust this because when you do your next line, you need to create that spacing. So you may have to just shrink it just a little bit. And then you can go into your next word. And you're going to pretty much do the same thing, but I just wanted to show you how some of them you really had to adjust, just to give you an idea. I'll start with the most difficult one, was the S. Oh, ungroup. And this one, since it's so tiny and it comes to a corner, is probably a little more manipulation than most of the letters that I've had to deal with. So I just select several nodes and really stretch them out. And it looks funny when you're fooling with it, but it actually turns out pretty good when you're done. And then we'll clean it up just a little bit. Okay, now that we've got everything adjusted again, we're going to do the same thing, select all. And we're going to go ahead to the Modify tool and crop. And then group it. And then we want to put it in place. And you're just going to repeat that process over and over until you get everything filled. That we got all of our words filled in, you may find that they're really cramped, so we may just have to go in and adjust the spacing between each one. That way you could see them and they're not so on top of each other. And then I will remove my outer outline, just because I don't want to cut around. And that was pretty much it. It was a long process, but it was pretty redundant, just and real repetitive. If you have any questions, please message me.